taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you.
Hello and welcome back to another Angry Canadian reaction video. Today we are going to be reacting to Tyler Bucket again. This time an American reacts to 10 times Canadians perfectly roasted the US. I'm curious about this. I don't know if this is recent or this is throughout history, but let's get into it and see what this is.
What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to some examples of Canadians roasting the United States. Oh boy. So I understand that, you know, us Americans, we're kind of known for being like cocky or, you know, thinking that we're just the best at everything. And which, okay, fine. You know what? You're right. We're not the best at everything. You know, just most things are. So, okay. But joking aside, there's a lot of truth to that stereotype, I think. So today, I want to take a look at some of these posts from the internet of Canadians kind of putting us in our place.
Huh.
So let's take a look. Starting with, this is a post, looks like Twitter, where somebody asked, can you think of a Canadian product that's better than an American one? Honestly curious. So this is an American asking that, which is this is like a stupid thing. This is not like the gotcha that they think it is. This is like a fail, because it's like, for one thing, like most Americans, they probably don't even know of any Canadian products. Like, they can't even think of any. So don't be like, I can't think of one Canadian product that's better than an American product. Yeah, because you can't come up with any Canadian product. So this is not like the gotcha that you think it is. And I think that there's probably Canadian products that, like, if you just think for 2 seconds, like in Canada, you probably have better, like, snow apparel, right? Like jacket, like it snows, it's cold, like winter apparel. Yeah, you have like the Canada Goose, that thing. That's like big poofy jackets, right? That's better.
Canada Goose down, yes. I'm thinking the northern states probably have similar outerwear for the winter. Sure, snowmobiling is a big deal in some of those states. So I'm guessing some of the states would have similar clothing. I love this though, life expectancy.
Better than what you can buy here, because you guys are better at that sort of thing by necessity. And there's probably a ton of other stuff. So already, just the framing of this question from an American, like, being antagonistic, I don't like it. So a Canadian responded saying, what's a Canadian product that's better than an American one? Life expectancy? Oh no. Oh no. Why'd you have to go there? Okay. I mean, this is, wow. All right. This is supposed to be Canadians roasting Americans, but my God. Okay, geez, calm down. Yes, your life expectancy is better, is longer in Canada. That is correct, right? Because you guys are just healthier. Oh boy, life expectancy. Is that important? Is that a big one? I don't. Yeah, so that's a good example. Like, That's probably the culmination of a lot of things that Canadians do better, including products and food. And if you've seen some of the chemicals or preservatives or food dyes that they're allowed to put in our food here in the US, and how it's like, from what I understand, like killing us and giving us cancer and all sorts of crazy diseases. And um, clearly Canada, I think, does a better job at that, and the life expectancy shows that. We really only live to like 77, and you guys are at like 82, 5 more years on average. Okay, we should never bring up this topic ever again if we know what's good for us. Okay, next is how to quickly know if someone is American or Canadian. How do you tell the difference quickly from an American or Canadian? Okay, gee, oh boy. A Canadian responded saying, Canadians are not afraid to say they are Canadian. Oh my god. Oh my, jeez, calm down. Oh my god. Like, oh boy. These are hitting like very deeply into our biggest insecurities. Yeah, people don't really like the United States right now, especially with everything, a lot of stuff that's been going on. A lot of Canadians don't really like the U.S. right now for a lot of things the U.S.
No.
and our government has done to Canada. And so you're saying when we're like abroad, like when we're out there in the world, Canadians are proud to be like, if they say, where are you from? They're like, I'm Canadian. And
In fact, we put Canada flag patches on our bags, Canada flag tattoos. I usually wear I am Canadian gear. Yeah.
most people around the world, I think, like love Canadians. You guys have like a great reputation. It's amazing. So you're like proudly like, I am Canadian, and they're like, oh my gosh, let me buy you a drink, or or they're like, how are you okay being next to, they who must not be named? Are you okay? They're okay. Whereas, especially now, they're, I don't know, because it's like, I'm sure there are Americans who are actually kind of embarrassed to say they're Americans. We don't really travel out there in the world very much anyway, but I suppose when we do, we're probably a little nervous to be like, yeah, I'm from the United States. Because I wouldn't be sure the reaction that I would get. Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't be, like, I don't know what people would say. I might be a little nervous.
I would
And
be.
then there's, like, Americans who just don't care one way or the other and just aren't aware or don't care. So that's another way to live, I suppose. Oh my God. Next is being Canadian on American Election Day is sort of like being trapped in your house and forced to look on helplessly as your next door neighbor decides whether to get an outdoor cat or fill your entire shared yard with bears.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is like uh, very topical. This is very relevant because this is, and yeah. All I can say.
Okay, let me try to break this down here. Being Canadian on an American election day is sort of like being trapped in your house and forced to look on helplessly as your next door neighbor decides whether to get an outdoor cat, or fill your entire shared yard with bears. Yeah, I don't get it. It's funny. I don't get it.
Say is now more than ever, this is how it was. But when Canadians were like watching the last U.S. election, you're probably like looking on whether Donald Trump was going to be elected again or not. It's literally this. You're looking out at your next door neighbor, like, are they going to elect the cat? Is that Kamala Harris in this analogy? I don't know.
Oh,
Or
okay.
the yard of bears, which I think at this you'd probably have preferred a literal yard of bears over the Donald Trump and all the madness that's been happening. But this is like spot on. I can't. And it's interesting because Americans, like, we don't pay attention to anything that's going on in the world, even though a lot of it does affect us. And we don't really understand that there's a lot of people in the world who look at us, like, and our decisions as being very consequential, not just for us, but for others. This is the perfect example of that. Oh my goodness. This is not good. So these are scarily accurate and good roasts, to be honest. This says, I'm 54 years old and I just learned something new. I was watching a thing about the Canadian border. The part I have circled in blue, I never knew existed. Don't laugh at me. I can't be the only one who didn't know this. This is an American, clearly, who posted this, talking about the US-Canada border by Alaska, which, to be honest, I don't know what that thing looks like. Most Americans, we don't know what the hell is going on outside our little bubble, even if it has to do with us in this case. So yeah, I think a lot of Americans, even at 54 years old, would be like, I didn't know about this thing up here, the border that is literally our territory. Don't laugh at me. I can't be the only one who knows this. You're brave to put that on the internet. And then a Canadian responded saying, are you American by chance? It says, I already knew they were. But I understand, like, it's not good that the first response is like, you don't know where the United States is. Are you American by chance? That's not good that people are saying that and that it's accurate either. It says, your country is the laughing stock of the entire world. Oh my god.
Wow. Who said that about what?
There's not even any nuance to this at all. It's just a roast. I guess that's what we came here for. The U.S. is the laughing stock of the entire world. Maybe. I mean, we're definitely, like, our reputation has been totally tanked to the entire world, from what I understand. Laughing stock? Probably. I don't want to admit it. This comment got 67,000 likes.
Probably all Canadian. I'm sorry, but yeah, probably all Canadian.
By the way. I mean, to me, that's scary. That means people that's an insane amount of people that agree with this. We got to move on quick. We got to move on. This is getting too real. This says, most of the talented people I meet in America are Canadian. Oh my god. It is true that there's a lot of really famous celebrities, athletes, musicians, and people that America likes to take credit for, like Justin Bieber, Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling, Drake, like all those people at one point I thought were Americans. Which comes to this. Do you know a lot of talented people in the US are actually Canadian? A lot of Americans do not know that, and we do not want to admit it. Or we don't want to admit we're the laughing stock. We don't want to admit that a lot of our talent is not even from the US. No, we do not want to admit that. But this is a good one, because a lot of Americans don't realize, like Mike Myers, I learned, and Jim Carrey, I learned. Jim Carrey, so I love Jim Carrey. Man, I watched him through my whole childhood. Canadian, I didn't know that till very, very recently.
Yes, and the reason why is because America's film and television industry and music industry is so much more robust than Canada's. The quality is a little better. I'm sorry, I'm a fan of American television and film. I grew up on it. I don't watch a lot of Canadian content, to be honest. I, I listen to Canadian bands, groups, artists, but as far as Canadian content for watching, can't say that there's anything that I'd actually watch. All my content is pretty American.
It's totally true. Okay, this says, honest question here. Why do some people wear a toque in the gym? Do they? Are they trying, like, as a fashion statement, I suppose? Then someone commented saying, are we just making up words? Because of toque. So this is an American who commented saying, are we just making up words? And a Canadian responded saying, are we just not Googling words we don't know anymore? Oh boy. Yeah, this is not a good look for us. I didn't know what toque was for the longest time either.
The beanie.
Until I did some like Canadian videos on YouTube. Then I was like, toque? Toque? What? It's like a beanie or it's a hat or something. So I'm aware of it. Most Americans don't know this word. But that's okay if you're ignorant of that. That's okay. But don't react like this. Don't be antagonistic and it's so aggressive for no, like, are we just making up words? Like, do you realize there can be words that you don't know or words from other countries? Yeah, like this. On the right side, it says 12 million views on this comment. Because Americans are upset that different words exist outside their country. Exactly. This is why it's just not a good look. We don't even realize how ignorant we are. A lot of the time, we're like, are we just making up words? It's like, this is a word in Canada. There's a place called Canada. It's outside the U.S. There are places outside of the United States. Do you know that? That's what I imagine people want to, like, grab our head and say that when it's stuff like this. It's like, or you could just Google it. Like, we have freaking artificial intelligence now. You can just speak to your phone and it will explain to you what it is. Instead, we get, like, sassy about it. We just make... Oh, boy. Yeah. We're upset that words exist outside of our country. Yeah, that does make us upset, I suppose. Obviously. As a Canadian, literally the only part of America that I'm jealous about is Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Trader Joe's like that well known? I didn't even know. That's just like a grocery store chain. Like, yeah, they have like a cult following, I think, and they have very good prices and really interesting, very interesting specific jars of honey and, like, weird, unique stuff in the store. I've been in it like not very often, but I didn't know it was like so famous or known that like a Canadian would be like, that's the only thing worthwhile in all of the United States is Trader Joe.
I would disagree. I've been to Disney World. That's all I'm saying.
I did not... That, I get we're being roasted here. I'm more interested in, like, how Trader Joe's is so freaking famous. Wow, I didn't know that. The last time I checked, Canada is only around because America lets it be around? What? Are we set? What? Is my fellow American going on about here? Some of these really deserve to be roasted. Like, even from my perspective as an American, it's like, what are we saying here? Last time I checked, Canada is only around because America lets it be around. Isn't that true? Like, couldn't you say that about any country out there that has, like, if we're going to play this game, there's a lot of countries out there that have nuclear weapons now. We're not the only ones.
And don't forget, we burned your White House down once. We'll do it again.
They could all get on the internet and be like, the only reason that the U.S. is around is because we let them be around. It's like, that's a very scary, disturbing world to live in, and we shouldn't be saying things like that. We're not the only, like, And Canada has a military and probably missiles. I don't know. Do you guys have nuclear bombs? Maybe. I'm sure you could say the same to
No.
us. Just then the Canadian responded saying, "Then end us already. Living above you is exhausting." I wasn't
Good.
expecting that.
That's good.
Very sort of macabre, dark humor. I like it. Just end it. Is that the attitude sometimes? Just like, you know what?
Yeah, just get it over with.
Just do it. We won't even resist. Just put us out of our misery. Oh, that's funny. Whenever I go to the United States and I say thank you, all I get back is,
Mm-hmm. No, you're
yeah.
welcome.
So this is like talking about how in the U.S. we kind of have a weird social customs. We don't like to say you're welcome. First, that's kind of true. I'll say no problem. Mm-hmm. But we say mm-hmm, but it's how you say it. It's like with a little enthusiasm. You know, it's not totally rude, as this seems. Maybe it is. Be like, someone says thank you, and you're like, mm-hmm, yeah, like that. Like, you can make it nice. I don't know why we just don't say, you're welcome. We say no problem.
Okay, I'm actually guilty of this. But, or, something like that.
Problem, sure thing. Yeah, all good. It's, a lot of people don't even really say thank you. Or no, excuse me.
Sorry.
Or sorry. We do say thank you. I think we're actually okay at doing that. Sorry. We don't like to say sorry. We'll be like, my bad. Oops. Oh, excuse me. That's what this reminds me of. Like, we are weird about the pleasantries sometimes. That's true. Yeah. Okay. And with that, we are at the end.
All right.
That was interesting. And a bit introspective as well. I don't mind it. I think, like, it's good for Americans to, like... a lot of this was kind of funny or really, really, like, actually kind of important roasts. But it's just good to get, like, this feedback. Like, to see what people honestly think about us. And, frankly, to put us in our place when we need it. Because sometimes we do. I think it's actually can be a good thing.
All right.
So anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on these Canadians roasting the United States and what you thought about this. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canadian things that I have never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Alright, then that'll do it for me. If you're interested in watching more reactions of reactions, because that's what I'm doing for now, subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, and we'll see you next week.